What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So for those of you Lucid investors that have kind of held on for a very long time, you might remember good old Anthony, aka LucidVerse. So we're doing a reunion. We're going to be talking all about Lucid, good, bad, ugly, EVs, market. We're just going to have a nice casual conversation. LucidVerse or Anthony, whatever you prefer.
Yeah,
Appreciate you joining.
thanks. It's my return show. Thank you, Financial Journey, for having me. Everybody like and subscribe to him. He's amazing. Taught me a lot and continuing to. But yeah, Lucid did not do what I thought it was going to do. Majority of the stock market did not. But yeah, I still, you know, I think Peter Rollins and Co could have done a little bit better. I think people could have, you know, gotten more money out of it. I think there is still an opportunity now, but you never know. Like at $2.40, like there might be an opportunity now, but not for when it was like 17, $20 and
Well,
beyond. But
so have you been keeping up with a lot of the recent news and well, I guess starting off, do you
yeah,
still have your position in Lucid?
yeah, I'm not going anywhere. There's nothing. It's a sunk cost at this point, and it's not that I don't even believe in the company. It's just that like I know how the stock numbers work. Sometimes it goes down, and then people look at the company different. It's not like a professional sports athlete where the inflection point is just like one season he's bad, the next season he's a superstar. It's not really like that with stocks, but it could be. We could get news any day, but that we've been saying that for 3 years. I don't really look at it. I have my position. I lock my portfolios down so that I don't see the notifications anymore. It was just gamified based on the green and red every time it was going up or down. But I still think that there's many opportunities in the market. Not something that I would like tell people to buy things anymore. I'm kind of done doing that. But I'm just saying like there is opportunities to continue to make money. And Lucid, I'm not going to tell people to buy it now, but it's a better price now than it was, 2 years ago. So if people didn't buy in then, they probably are happy a little bit.
I think
But yeah,
you're literally the pure definition of what a investor is. I know a lot of
yeah,
people get like are swing traders and you saw why you liked Lucid
hmm
and you invested based on that. You realized, I remember speaking with you back then, it was like you knew that you were investing until 2030. So do you mind,
that's
like,
true.
just to go back to that, like, what kind of drew you to Lucid
Yeah,
initially?
I believed that Lucid was being valued as a car company, automobile company, and I kind of was confused because they built a technology team, and an team came from Intel, Apple, Tesla executives, and I just thought that they were much more than an automobile company. And once the critics or the evaluators, Moody, everybody that was grading companies was going to see that Tesla or Lucid could be the next Tesla and maybe get patted on with their market capitalization because of that. It could have become a technology company because it was three like subsidiaries. It was like or base or three groups: technology, electric vehicle, or energy storage system, and then you had the automobiles. So I thought that they were being undervalued because of that. Um, it turns out other people did not see that, but there was a lot of people on Twitter at that time that were continuing to say Lucid is undervalued. So I just kind of got into that. I knew it was a special purpose acquisition company. I was very keen on trying to buy as much under 10 as I wanted or as I could, or it was like from 9 to 13. And I was trying to buy as much of that as possible. And then I kind of broke my own rule by starting to buy it at 25 because I talked myself into buying more or how much this company could have gone just because like I got caught up in the moment. I became LucidVerse. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was starting to write articles. I didn't want to buy or sell or do anything of that. I was just writing articles. So I kind of got into my own head thinking, well, like this could be the next Tesla. I might have found the next Tesla, and it just didn't really work out like that. And you know, like hindsight's 2020, but I might have done it again. I really do believe I might have made the same decision over and over. But a lot of the companies that were in the growth sector kind of got hit. But
Well, interest rates going up really hurt a lot of growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to hear
Everything.
something crazy though?
Yeah. What's that?
Adam Jonas. Remember back in the day, he
Oh
gave, I
yeah.
think initially,
Like a
I think it was at
6.
$30 and he came out with 12 or it
Mhm.
might have 15, whatever. Completely out of left field. And then slowly but
True.
surely it went down to those and then he lowered it down to 5. Stuck by 5 time and time again.
Mhm.
And now that it is below 5, he actually gave probably the like in the was it 3 years or almost 2.5 years that they've been or 3 years that they've been producing vehicles and out, he actually gave a bullish rating. He
Wow.
gave five
Really?
dollars when we're at $3 right
Ah,
now.
that's funny. Wow.
Yeah, finally.
I want to see his options positions, like from that time. If he, I know he probably didn't, or and this is just, I'm just saying like that is very interesting because I wonder if he has bought anything on Lucid now that it is dipped so far. I don't know if he can or whatnot, but it's really interesting that he likes it now. The gravity's coming out. I saw, I keep a look at the Lucid news based on some of your videos. So I saw that the Apple Lucid partnership was like squashed because Apple's not doing a Apple Car, and well, I liked to see that. Obviously, I wrote the article too on that, but I thought it
It would
was
have been
very
cool.
interesting.
There's a lot of things that make sense among
He
the
had an
two,
apple.
but
He had an apple in the video. Why would he do that? I'm just saying, like, why would you do that? Like, it just didn't make
yeah.
sense.
And I remember there was this big staff photo too. One guy randomly in the front was holding an apple and someone
Yeah.
was holding a Coke. Other than that, like no symbolism. Um, but yeah, no, that one was kind of, I don't know. It would have been
Mhm.
nice, but I feel like they would be asking too much of Lucid and they can barely produce their stuff. And I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think that's sufficient. But like like to be fully honest, I think I'm very disappointed in how Lucid's been. I still have very high expectations of it, but I remember back in the day when we were kind of covering it,
Yeah.
Lucid was going to be the next big Tesla, and that's before like they were supposed to be producing this year. Was it 70 something thousand or 69,000? Now it's 9.
Yeah.
It's things didn't go to plan at all. And but then again, that could be also said for the whole EV sector, right? Like
Yeah.
I think, like you said, just everything's been like slammed. Polestar is like at the lowest, it's at like $1.70 or $1.60 right now. Um,
I did not know
it
that.
yeah, that one's been slammed.
Wasn't who was it? Ross Gerber, Gerber Ross. I would get into fights with him on Twitter, and I guess we were both right and wrong at the same time, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Actually, I think I've watched him a couple or seen a couple of his tweets. I know he's very bearish on Tesla now, or I think he is. I don't know.
Interesting.
I have no idea. Like,
Yeah. Who knows?
but yeah, no, all in all, I think Lucid definitely, I don't know.
Mhm.
So, like, what's from when you were covering it to now, have you driven a Lucid yet?
Yeah, yeah. So I stopped covering Lucid after I got a ride in our Lucid and got to cover it and review it. And I went to Arizona and did that, and then saw like Lucid Nair. I don't know if you still talk to him, but he showed up and met some people. But it was a great car, and I have an electrical vehicle, and it kind of felt similar to that. I'm not saying like you can tell it was $160,000 car, but I just there I want to see the gravity. I've never been in one or anything like that, but I feel like that's going to be their bread and butter or something of that sort. I don't know if the Lucid Air is very impressive, but if I had the money, I probably wouldn't buy one, just because like I feel like there are cheaper cars that can do the same. I'm just saying like I believe that the Lucid Air was amazing, but I just
So,
yeah.
interesting point about the gravity. And it's good to see your natural reaction. I know you haven't seen a lot of this latest updates, but this came out 3 days ago. And so I've been really kind of bitching a little bit about like, hey, why hasn't Lucid put out like the Gravity? Gravity is the like catalyst for 2024. Why haven't they opened up the reservations? Turns out Google Ventures backed EV charging company called Gravity Inc. filed a petition for cancellation. So
It's the
there's a
name.
name lap.
Oh
Yes.
my
So
gosh, that's what it
so
is.
Lucid Gravity might actually have to change their name. Um, when I similar time like when I started covering HCMC, so they had a patent
HCMC,
infringement
yeah.
loss. Yeah, good old that
I
amounted
bought
to
into them
nothing.
before I met you, and we talked about that once. And I just thought it was funny that we both got into HCMC.
Yeah, you made a good amount on that too. I
It was
remember.
it was like up 10,000% just because like one day it just like went up, and it was so crazy. I wish I put actual like a lot of money into it, but what a weird stock on the OTC market. But yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, they eventually are arguing as of right now still with the appeal board for like patents
Interesting.
and yeah, so that's so maybe Lucid might I don't know that's the
Yeah.
something that Lucid had actually not officially come out with. So that's the latest of the late for the updates. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the Gravity too, but they will probably have to change the name.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So
It's
here's
a fun
a
fact.
so what would you just for the hell of it, what would you
Yeah.
call it?
LucidVerse SUV. No, probably like Apollo. No, not Apollo. Like Pluto or something fun. Like, y- I believe that one of the reasons that Lucid didn't actually go on a that it didn't go on a short squeeze or anything of that is because everybody wanted like a Super Bowl ad or something, or Lucid to in some way market better than, someone that just created the account, or like a Facebook page that had like 8,000 people. I think that they were missing marketers, and they weren't actually marketing the Lucid to the right people. I think that they should be trying to market it to like crypto whales or people that like just have a stupid amount of money, but the way that they did it wasn't like it was just, stock based or crypto based, when it just like a run went and you made a lot of money. Because I feel that they were marketing to the wrong like target audience, and it was kind of weird. Like, yes, in when Saudi Arabia bought like 50,000 or 100,000 Lucid Airs, you were going to get that deal. But I'm just saying, like, I believe that there should have been Lucid Airs in like even video games like like not GTA, like, or Fortnite or anything like that, but like you could have pushed the Lucid Air digitally on people so that you get the name out. Not that it's going to be marketed towards kids or these kids games or people like that can't afford it. You just need people to talk about it, because then people want it. You don't need people to like want it. Wait, you don't need people that just have money to see it. You need everybody to see it so people start talking about it, and then it creates jealousy. And there wasn't
What's
any
that
jealousy.
subliminal messaging,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Not, yeah, kind of like that.
Kind of. Yeah.
Well, not,
But
yeah.
yeah,
No, I
Lucid,
completely
I
understand.
agree. Lucid's marketing has been crap.
Yeah,
And I feel like they would, of all the hype that they've done with the Gravity to make it look all like kind of just start like it, they would, a lot of people in the comments have said like Gravity, but with an E or an I at the end. I feel like that would be a simple fix, but um, it might make Lucid look kind of crappy and just
yeah,
thrown together. So I don't know. I was trying to vaguely just think of a name of what they could use, and I'm sure I would hope that they have had backups back in the day,
yeah.
but I don't know. So what would you pick for the name?
So because it's gravity, I would go space, and I would think planet, something planet wise. You could either go like, or have like like the Ring of Saturn, the sound. You could play the sound in the car when you're first getting it delivered, or something so like small that you can make it be like, oh, this is the Saturn version. Not Saturn, because I know that there was a Saturn, but I'm just saying like you could do something so similar, like with space themed, because there's so many planets, so many stars, so many constellations, all that stuff, that you can easily find something different than gravity. Because like gravity's gravity, but I'm just saying like I think the name you could.
A lot of pressure.
That's an interesting question.
Well, that's something that Lucid has to hopefully figure out sooner
Oh,
rather
yeah.
than later.
What would you do it? We could come back.
Lucid, you know what? To be honest, you just said it kind of out loud. It kind of makes sense. Lucid Space.
Space.
Only because they have been really their kind of thing that they're doing during their unveiling. They were saying, "Oh, you can fit like all the surfboards and all this stuff inside the vehicle on top. Like you can have 7 people in there. Like I think that's where they're trying to target. So logically, Lucid Space, it's in the name. It's roomy. I don't know. You said it makes sense logically, but
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, no. When it comes down to just EVs, is there any other EVs that, like during the last 2 years or year and a half, that's caught your interest that you're looking at?
Not based on anything other than like when I see a Rivian, I really always do a double take. And I don't know why. It's just like I don't know if it's the headlights or whatever I see what driving or in the parking lots. I just like the Rivians. I think they look cool. I like seeing Lucid Airs too. You see them there's a very few amount. But when you see them, it's like, oh, that's really cool. It's a Lucid. But I still think Tesla is going to dominate the game for a while. I mean, they're just incredible. I think that I'm still waiting for Starlink to IPO or go into Tesla. I think that would be cool. I know that's not EV. I wouldn't really touch any of the other EVs. One or like the first or second tiers of the EV companies, like I would think is Tesla, Rivian, Neo, maybe Lucid is probably in that third tier of just like penny stocks now at this point. But I think that they could be the third. But Tesla's going to dominate. Rivian's probably going to come in second place, which who knows on what Rivian stock price is. I'm not familiar, but like Nvidia's doing good, AMD's doing good in that kind of just the stock market sector that has gone up, so that's been good, but EVs have not.
Yeah, even so since lately, there's Faraday, FFIE. I cover that one under trending stocks. That one is inches away from bankruptcy / delisting. So they're pretty much good as done. Fisker, recent news, like they dropped like 70 something percent just in like last 2 weeks. So they came out saying that actually, you know what's funny? There's been a lot that's been happening since. So there's a new VinFast, VFS. So that one came out. So that's from Vietnam, I believe. Rich family that owns it. Oh. And they are, I believe, here, let me just pull it up. I think they are the 3rd most valued company based on market cap. 4th, Tesla,
wow.
Lee, Neo, and VinFast. And VinFast doesn't really produce jack all. So I feel like evaluations on EVs is just crap.
Would that be a put opportunity or a short opportunity, in your opinion? I'm not taking it. I'm just saying.
The thing is, so I kind of did a video. I don't know. Everything just blends together now. But I feel like when it comes down to Lucid, for an example, they've done so shitty that nobody has any expectations of them.
Gotcha.
What's a better way for the stock to go up is to surprise people. Not saying that Lucid is going to do that or any company is going to do that, but do you want to bet on the company that's already kind of priced in that they're going to miss? I don't know. It honestly, knowing my luck, I probably would short VinFast and then that would go up and be the next Tesla. So I don't know. Like, I have done some puts, like just based on technicals, like for instance, Neo, Rivian, not really Polestar, but yeah, like Polestar right now is $1.50, oh, lower, $1.56 today. And is the dynamic has completely changed over the last little bit. And I remember one very big stock as well, Hyliion, that was
Yeah.
like a big up and comer. That one just got slaughtered. So only 300 million market cap right now. Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting dynamic, right? And interest rates obviously had a very big part in
Mhm.
all of this, though. But I
Well,
don't know.
I have a couple questions just because I haven't been into the stock market at all. Just from an outside perspective. One, what are if there's one thing that excites you on the stock market within the next, 6 to 12 months or 24 months, what is it? What industry is it? What sector is it? And are there any companies? Because I honestly have no idea.
To be honest, as far as events, rate cuts. The whole market is literally just waiting on rate cuts and is kind of hedging. And it like every day's movement seems to be analyzing information on when the Feds are going to cut rates.
Hmm.
So literally, it is just that. That's going to be the next driving factor for a lot of growth stocks. Right now, I don't mean to piggyback off of the very obvious bubble that we're in, and I do think it's a bubble because a lot of newer sectors, like you don't know how to appropriately like evaluate the price. So as
Mhm.
far as multiples, like they can run up to hundreds and it would make sense. Or it could be like it just does not make sense because especially EVs, when it started out, Lucid's like PS ratio was 150, something crazy. And now it's at like 5. So it's just the market doesn't know how to price in everything. So AI right now is the next big thing. And I feel like there still is a lot of room to run. Um, just I do feel it's going to be one of those pops kind of scenario.
Mhm.
Um, but sector wise, honestly, I don't mean to be bearish or anything, but oddly, I do feel that the market is due to pull back. And right now, in all my portfolios, among everything, I'm probably in about 40% cash.
Mhm.
And that's probably the most I've had in cash for a while now. So I think just right now there is starting to have a lot of signs of cracking starting to pop out, and that could be detrimental to a lot of stocks and a lot of sectors, such as even the EV sector, probably will have some consolidation. That's what happens. Valuations just get so cheap. For instance, Rivian might go down half the market cap of what it is. So then it might be more advantageous for Ford just to buy it because a lot of the big OEMs are struggling to get into the EV sector.
Yeah.
So it might be advantageous. Hey, let's just take over Lucid or Rivian or something along those lines. So that I think there's going to be a lot of consolidation. And one good example is the cannabis sector.
Mhm.
Cannabis, especially what was it, 2022 and 2023, there's been a lot of acquisitions, and most likely there still will be. And
Yeah.
so I think that's what is going to happen in the market for probably the next year and a half.
Interesting.
But yes.
That was really good. Yeah. I know cannabis market got slashed in 2018, and then CGC, ACB, they were terrible. But yeah, that's really good. AI is really good. I know um, you liked. Were you in Facebook or was that somebody else? You were Meta.
I bought it during its like crazy sell-off. So I
Hmm.
bought in at 97. I stupidly sold it at like 150.
Oh,
Now it's at like,
nice.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, no, you know what? Sometimes like I'm one of my negatives is as a investor is I guess I have taken profits too early, like Tesla. I think I brought this up before. Like
Yeah.
one of my biggest things, I bought Tesla like pre-split for I think it was during one of their crazy sell-offs. I think it was close to when Elon said secured funding, that kind of crap, and it
Yeah.
prompted like a 20 something percent sell-off. I bought that day to 210. I don't know. I have all the confirmation still, and I sold it for I think a measly 30%. Something just crap.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's you live and you learn, and that's I think the hardest thing to do as an investor is to kind of weather the storm. And so you technically are weathering the Lucid storm. I've been
Yeah.
lucky enough to kind of average down and whatever, but it's hard being a true investor.
Yeah.
Very, very much.
Yeah, the retail gets hit sometimes. Institutions can take the hit and can continue to, push down their average price of share. So sometimes it is hard. Obviously, Lucid was very hard. But yeah, there are a lot of companies that do make money. I was just on one of the sides that did not. But yeah,
I'm
it's good
also
advice.
new information. I am a ape. Go
Oh,
ape. 3 shares of ape of good old AMC. Yeah,
wow.
I'm
3
as ape as
shares?
they come. Yeah,
Nice.
I splurged. I know that. That's why I just like joke around on Twitter, but like, you know what? Today's the day I might actually double down. This is crazy prices,
Yeah,
but
buy
yeah,
3
no,
more.
you know.
Just
So
go to
yeah,
the movies at that point.
well, they don't have that in Canada.
Oh, they don't. You're not really
Yes,
missing much from AMC. I don't really get the hype. Um, you got like there's a room in a theater and a bunch of seats. I think I've seen better theaters, but I do enjoy the AMC hype. I think it's funny. I bought in once and it never went back up. So I don't know what happened.
yeah, that's been the worst.
Yeah.
Worst of the worst out of anything, I think, at least. Because they did here, let me pull it up. I know they did a crazy reverse stock split, and then they just did I haven't been keeping up with a lot of their
Mhm.
stuff. So they did I don't know if this is correct. They did 2 reverse stock splits is showing. One August 23rd, a
Wow.
1.1 for a 1, and then August 24th, a 1 for 10. But I don't know. Again, I haven't really been keeping too much up with
Mhm.
that. I'm failing as an ape, I guess, if that makes sense. But
Yeah. How's ETC? How's your ETC position? Are you in any new cryptos or anything?
honestly, ever since the ETF kicked
Mhm.
off for Bitcoin, I kind of just been doing that. So in my portfolio, my hedges are gold and Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin hasn't really been tested essentially during any like big recession. So a lot of people say that's a good hedge, but we'll find out. So other than that, I just have, yeah, the ETC.
Yeah.
I back in the day, like a couple of years back, I was doing a little bit more of the crappy coins, but it just, I don't know, it's a lot of like I would rather own AMC because I know there's something like physical there, whereas I've seen many, many coins just be a fugazi and just so I don't know. It's just I don't mean to sound old, but
Mhm.
I just don't understand I understand the basis of like the big ones,
Yeah.
but a lot of the shit coins, I don't see the justification for that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What about
No,
you?
I agree. Beat Bitcoin, Ethereum, uh ADA and SOL. I think you can't buy any like SOL now. XRP was cool. I was playing in a game in the Oculus once, and then somebody came in because they had a microphone, and he was just like, buy XRP," and I was like, what is this? Like I knew what XRP was, but I don't know. Like some guy was just like yelling it, so I put more money in just because like not after that, just because I had already liked XRP, and I was like, well, that's a sign, even though I know it wasn't smart. But I did make money from it, and then I sold to buy like crypto.com coin, but I don't even know. And ETC. ETC actually has made me money, so thank you. And you also, who was the person that told me about ETC too? We went on a live stream together. Forgot his name, but
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, we were doing a live stream one day, and yeah, he wanted to kind of talk on that, and he came up, and yeah, I can't remember that guy's name, but yeah, he a lot of people are still, I think the OGs, like they have a very good community for that, and I
Nice.
think for the most part, Lucid, like I know in the comments you still see a lot of reoccurring names
Mm-hmm.
for Lucid, so I think a lot of the communities are still there. They still believe in it, whether it be SoFi, Lucid, or whatever. Like people are weathering the storm. Some people
Yeah,
obviously leave, but those people leave, new ones come in. But
yeah, sure.
yeah, it's interesting market for sure. That's
Yeah, it is.
but yeah. Um yeah, we'll definitely have to do this a lot more, catch up, go over
Yeah,
Lucid, especially with maybe some positive like good news maybe. That'd be a nice transition if Lucid for once is actually going up
yeah.
and kind of talk on some key points for that. But
Any companies, overall news, just um, kind of steering away from just singular stocks too. I would be down just anything.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Anthony slash LucidVerse. I
Yeah.
can't get rid of LucidVerse. Appreciate you jumping on though.
Thanks for having me. It was great seeing you. I had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Talk to you soon.